Welcome back, Organic Fanatics. I am one of your hosts, Ruel Castle King. I appreciate you guys for checking in with us. Let's talk about last night's game. So, yesterday was game two of the Miami Heat New York Knicks. It was a very important game for us. It was a must win. So, we played with that intensity. We'll give you all the full details when we go live Friday at 5 p.m. We hope you join us there. But just my thoughts on just recapping, no stats or nothing, just looking at it. It was a hard fought game. Uh, you gotta expect that from the Miami Heat. They're not just gonna let anything just slide. So I give props to our opponent. They played very well, even without Jimmy Butler, as we did without Randall. So it was almost a mirror match in that aspect. It was a close game. Both games were close. When we had our superstar down, we still competed. Could have won, but they pulled it out at the last minute and won that game. And then same thing for us this game. They didn't have their superstar. We had ours. It was a close game. They made a run. We fought back, and then we won it at the end. So it's a mirror match, is what we're looking at here. We said it was going to be close. We said it's going to be a hard fought series. To me, this is probably one of the best series that's out there. That's going to be around for a while. I respect Miami, their championship team. And what we're looking at here overall, a quick synopsis of it is we're looking at experience versus inexperience. So you're looking at a Miami Heat team that has played, I mean, their system. So they have what we're building. They have culture. So if you're looking at their culture, they got 13 years or going on 14 years worth of culture that they've cultivated over a certain amount of years. They've got the same front office for a long time. They've had the same coach for going on 14 years. So that builds stability and builds that culture. So anyone who's going in there, they have a certain expectation of what their culture and what their expectation is as an organization of how the players are to play up to. And if you want time, you have to earn the coach's respect and do what he's asking you to do, which is what you're seeing us do in our year three of our rebuild. So 3 years into our rebuild, we're establishing our culture, we're establishing our style of play, we're getting players who match that style of play as well from what our coach wants, what our organization wants, what our front office wants. Uh, Effort all the way through, fight all the way to the end, and that's why you see it's almost like a mirror match, where the master versus the young trying to be the master, so fighting against their sensei in a certain aspect. So they've been doing it quite some time. The players that they got, their organization is very good at selecting talent that matches for them and players that are going to match their style and effort. So that's why you're seeing Vincent play hard. You're seeing the Struces play hard. All the players that they got have fought and uh, played well for their team. I mean, even when you think that they're not going to compete or they're out of it, they're fighting back. And also to us, that shows a positive on our side. Our youth seemed a little bit overwhelmed yesterday, as a video you saw I put out yesterday. As far as our youth going at it, there's a future for our youth. It was it was shocking for the inexperienced against an experienced team. Their system that they ran, their sets that they ran, seemed to overwhelm them. They couldn't catch on as quick or as fast, and that's why they got pulled early. But they did try, they did compete. So this gives them experience. So this is giving them something that they can work on, some film that they can look at, and how can they improve their game set. When we made that rotation with Thibodeau, that's when we started making our run. Um, RJ Barrett, out of the young ones, he's always a little more consistent. So he kept us in the game. He fought back. He kept driving in. He kept doing what he could to keep us in the game. So he played very well. And then we got to give it to our two hearts. Both of our hearts, they get the game ball, especially Hartenstein. So Josh Hart and Isaiah Hartenstein definitely get the game ball because they're effort plays, which those are the intangibles. The effort, the hustle, the willing to fight in the crowd. Josh Hart jumping in the crowd where two or three people there, a center there, and he's coming out with the rebound. He's getting us the offensive rebound, giving us a second attempt, a second chance. Same thing with Hartenstein at the end, giving us that extra effort, keeping us alive in the game, keeping them off the ball so that way we can get those second chances. So they definitely get the game ball. They're the ones that kept us into it. They kept that momentum. Those are the plays that win the game, and that's what Josh Hart is known for. That's what Jalen Brunson is known for. That's what they preach as far as it's momentum plays, especially in the playoffs. Everybody's battered, everybody's bruised, everybody has an injury. You got to play through it, and you just got to show up and play. So that was a big key to yesterday's game was the effort by the others. So you're looking at Hartenstein and Josh Hart. I still thought he held on to Josh Hart too long, but then Thibodeau proved me wrong when we put in Grimes. That Grimes wasn't ready for that moment or wasn't ready at the time. Whatever it was, he just seemed like he was a step slow, or something. He was off a little bit. I thought I'd see a little more Deuce or any Deuce tomorrow. Last night against the Heat, but Thibodeau proved to be right. You got to keep the veterans in it. You can see Randall starting to get into rhythm, starting to get into his game shape. Considering he had 2 ankle injuries in a span of 2 weeks and that he's playing, it's huge. So it looks really good that he was out there competing. It took a while for Jalen Brunson to get in the game, whether he's fighting through something or fighting through an injury. He did have a sore foot. He did sprain his ankle in the fourth quarter, but he came alive. Captain Clutch came through, and he got us the win as well. So without his key shots, his key three-pointers that he was making, that definitely helped us out. Miami played very well, so we'll give them the props on that. I look for them to fight back again. It could go 7 the way the games are going back and forth. We'll see if Jimmy Butler plays the next game. If he doesn't, that's obviously going to give us an advantage, but not a lot of advantage because their veteran leadership shows. They're a team that's ready to play. I believe it was Mark Strus, that left the game with an injury. Will he be ready the next game? He's a key component for them as well. So if he doesn't come back, we'll see. That's another 3 threat that they have that allows them to space the floor. Duncan Robinson played well. There was a couple of shots he made that looked like they shouldn't even gone in, but he made them. Same thing with Vincent. Vincent's playing out of his mind, definitely outplaying that $3 million a year contract. So he's definitely going to get a good contract. Good player, focus, plays in the moment, and makes the right play. So he's a baby Brunson from what I see. He's actually really good. So you're my respect. I didn't think he was that good, but he's a very confident player, and he plays well. So I'll give him that. Coming from the G League, very well played player. Very confident and very efficient with his playing. So he's another one that should get paid. Don't let him slip out of your hands because we'll snatch him up. But great game by Miami. I got to give them props, but a better game by the Knicks. The youth wasn't ready for the moment. From what I see, they weren't ready for the moment. They didn't step up. They did fight. They just missed some assignments, missed some plays. You can see the experience of the ball movement from the Heat, and we just couldn't recover in time on a couple of plays. And all it takes is a couple of plays and momentum to pick up for another team. So Thibodeau pulled them out early. So the youth, it gives them a learning experience, gives them something to work on, an opportunity for them to look at some film, and that way they can grow from that moment. But huge shout out to the Knicks, and now on we go to Miami. I don't know how much the crowd is going to take effect there. Miami is a half New York Nation, half Miami, so it's going to be loud either way, either for Miami or it's also going to be for our second home, the New York Arena. But we do play well away, so hopefully our players are looking at film, looking at where they can capitalize. It's a fantastic chess game. I mean, if you're looking at Spoelstra, you're looking at Tibbs. This is probably my favorite series, and I never slipped on the Heat. This is a well-experienced team, and I think the Heat are probably one of the best teams, top 2, top 3 teams left in the playoffs. So if we beat them, I think we got a great shot of making it all the way and even winning. They're giving us a lot of experience. They're giving us a lot of fight. This is a championship fight like in UFC. 2 wonderful rounds. Everybody got a couple of hits in, and we're meeting again for game 3 and giving the fist bump right before the round starts and throwing the blows again, man, throwing some fights. So props to both teams. Props for us that is finishing and recognizing the fight and that we fought through. So catch us Friday at 5 p.m. Just wanted to give you guys a quick synopsis of the game here and let us know what we're doing, how we're doing, both teams. Just something quick thoughts here. But catch us Friday 5 p.m., Sunday 5 p.m. Organic Fanatics, Ruel, I'm out. Peace.